Hi there, guys. This is going to be a really quick video. I just, um, I just have something on my mind. I was pretty upset yesterday by a family member's foolishness and just their foolishness, and just the fact that I know how they are. So trying to act like nothing is wrong and I ain't got no problem is BS. But that's not really it. It's something that they did and what I also every year see other people doing. Now, um, you know, I I'm not gonna make it long and draw it out. Here's the thing. Every year you have a lot of pro-black, maybe even conscious, certain degrees of consciousness, not real, true, mindful consciousness that's actually trying to elevate and vibrate higher and um, reach a much higher level of true consciousness. But usually, like on the Black Power tip and stuff like that, usually black male dominated type areas. Um, like to get on social media and start talking about genocide of Native Americans and pilgrims and how they came here and slaughtered the Native Americans. Now, let me say one thing. First of all, my ancestry is Native American. Many of us African Americans here have ties to Native Americans. You can see it in so many of us, with the nose and just the certain features that Native Americans have, true Native Americans have. Um, and you can just see it. You know what I'm saying? My mom, you can just look at my mom and her nose, her everything. I mean, it's in the family. You know what I'm saying? I believe with my great grandfather. Nevertheless, I'm not saying any of this to be at all unsympathetic to Native Americans and their plight and what happened. And yeah, the genocide. Like I'm not at all taking that away. Not trying to make light of it at all. But here's my problem. My problem with that is, like I say, these people who rarely, if ever, take up any other kind of cause that's noteworthy until Thanksgiving and Christmas to tell people how much of a horrible person you are for celebrating it. When in actuality, and people then people like to try to, oh well, y'all say it ain't about celebrating the holiday, but you're still eating the food, you still you know what, let me say this right here, because see, I really want to come back and make a longer video about my a little bit of my history with this and my understanding of it, and um how I know at the end of the day it's just really bullshit. To act like you really care like that. Because here's my point. Okay. If your stance, don't let your stance just be one day. That's my point. Don't let it be seasonal. If you're really your attempt is to really take the plight of Native Americans and their cause, then don't stop on one day. Like, don't eat turkey at all. At all. Don't eat dressing, but like, don't eat that at all. Like, don't go pick another day and then eat. Like, don't, if you're going to uh, rebel against something that is so heavy to you that you feel like you need to tell everybody how horrible it is. First of all, I don't see how you're rebelling by just not eating the food. Like, if you're gonna really take up their cause, really take up their cause. Don't eat any more sweet potato pie. Don't uh don't eat ham, turkey, all that, which the pork is pretty, it's kind of easy for some black people because a lot of us really don't eat a whole lot of pork anyway. But if your stance is to try and take up the Native Americans cause when all year you aren't fighting or taking up any other causes for anything, especially all of the genocide that's going on in the black community by black people, we don't take up that cause. Nobody's and here's the other thing. No, I'm not finna get on that right now. That's gonna be after. See, my thing is you're fake. My thing is you're fake. You're trying to act like you're better than people. And my thing is also you're a hypocrite because how many true Native Americans do you personally know in your life and in your circle? How many do you know? Also, how do you even know where any reservations are? The closest reservation to you and to your community or whatever. Do you know where any of them are? Like, what other causes here in 2022 are Native Americans fighting against? Like, if we're gonna take up their cause, don't just take it up one day. Like, actually get into their culture and actually really take up their cause. Conscious black, super black people. Like, I don't get how all of a sudden one day of the year you're worried about genocide of Native Americans. I mean, to me, it's fake and it's hypocritical. You don't know personally any real true Native Americans, except maybe ones in your family or whatever. But all of a sudden, you taking up their cause, and we ain't gonna eat no cranberry. That's the blood. We ain't gonna eat no dressing or stuff, and that's the insides, and then the turkey. I mean, come on, come. Okay, because if you're gonna rebel against America and the horrors of America and all that kind of stuff, rebel against everything. Rebellion. I mean, you can. There's so many. Do you understand how much Roman paganism is here in America? Do you understand how much it is? Like, if you're going to fight for causes, why don't we take up the cause? How about football? Nobody ever rebels against football. You black guys, y'all don't protest, and women, because it's women that do it too. Usually following the guy though. Y'all are not protesting football. Do you know how savage football is? Do you know where it actually comes from? The Roman Colosseums and I mean, do y'all understand where that comes from? Do y'all understand how black men, black college students are literally put up on auction blocks with their clothes off so that these white trainers and coaches and all of this stuff can see their bodies and parade them up and see it looks just like a slave auction if you have ever seen it. I mean, let's protest that. You know what I'm saying? Injustice. Let's protest Griner, Brittany Griner, I believe. I'm sorry. Um, the WNBA player who's over there in Russia, to me a little bit unjustly after I finally read her story, because like I say, I really had not gotten into her story. I just saw it and I'm just, oh well, you taking drugs in Russia, girl, hey, you get what you deserve. And but once I actually really read her story, I'm like, man, that's y'all kind of tripping. 9 years on a labor camp, and a woman is already in her 30s. Like if she has to do that, like her basketball, her all of that is gone. Do you know what kind of ailments and body aches and all that she is going to get? How she's going to be ruined? Her hands are going to be ruined from that. Protest that. You know what I'm saying? But you want to, like I say, try to make people feel bad for, here's the reason. Here's the reason that I do, and then I'm going to cut the video off. And like I say, at another time, I'll get back into, you know, celebrating holidays and things like that, because some of you may know, I've talked about before. I don't talk about it a lot because it ain't no happy or prideful time in my life, but I was a part of Hebrew Israelites. Like my husband and I mean, he the one got me into that, but I was in that. And so I understand them. I know the practices. I know the BS that they, that they follow and they do. And so, as I say, one day a year of protesting and trying to make people feel bad, you know, for what they did to Native Americans. Believe me, like I say, I'm not being insensitive. I trust me, I get it. I understand. I know the history. I know all of that. I have taken up again celebrating, and here's, I'm not even celebrating the holidays, and that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not even celebrating the holidays. I am taking a time to try to come together with family and friends, because we as Black people don't do it really any other time. Like we really don't. Now, see, like I say, the family member who I'm not even going to get into right now, the family member wanted to try to come and make me feel bad because I went to a friend's house who I haven't been to in a year. Um, and eating Thanksgiving. Okay, yeah, yep, I did. But the thing of it is, for me, I didn't do that for a lot of years. And all it did was segregate me from people, keep family and friends away from us because he didn't want to go because of whatever, of his beliefs, which were frankly bullshit because he celebrated his birthday every year. And that's pagan. You ain't supposed to be doing that either. Like, see, that's what I'm saying about the hypocrisy. Like, don't just rebel a bit against Christmas and Thanksgiving. Rebel against the birthdays. Rebel against, if you don't like America the way America does, the white man. Don't do 4th of July. Don't do any of it. Have some integrity and don't do any of it. But don't be childish and immature and try to ruin it for other people. Like, to me, it is a time of coming together because, like I say, I didn't do it for a lot of years. I really didn't. I made my daughter miss out on so many Christmases following him and his bullshit. And yeah, I'm angry about that and I regret it and I feel bad about it. because at the end of the day, he wasn't even really in that like that. Like honestly, I really truly believe he was just trying to find a way not to buy Christmas presents. I really seriously do. And he got a friend who used to do the same shit. Oh well, I don't celebrate that. Da, 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 da. But for your birthday, you want people to go all out, like you renting out the club. Like that's hypocrisy. That is hypocrisy. So yeah, I'm gonna put up a Christmas tree. I'm going to buy presents. I'm gonna do all of that because for so many years I didn't do it, and all I did was alienate family and friends and keep people away from me. And it's bad enough I'm not even in the city with my family, but I took it away from my child. I took it away from my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I feel bad and guilty about that. Like I really, really do. So I'm not doing it anymore. I have grandchildren now. I have family and everything. So yeah, anytime I can do anything to come together and cook, because first of all, I love to cook. So holidays ain't nothing but just an excuse for me. I love to cook. So anytime I can do that and come together is great for me. See, and the family member, this is what I was about to say, then I'm gonna cut the video off. The family member that came with that bullshit yesterday really gets me because, like I say, you're not, I offered before, let's do the Sunday dinner thing. That's like black traditional, whatever. Let's do the family dinner thing. Let's do the Sunday dinner thing. Let's get together in the month or whatever, and let's come together, all of us, and do stuff. Oh, well, I'm tired, and we be tired, and and I'm just like, okay, I get that, I understand. Y'all tired. You don't want, okay, I get it. We can't come by every Sunday. Okay, fine. You don't have to come by, but let's do it sometime. So when you keep making excuses and we just don't do it at all, and then you want to also rebel against coming together at the holiday, well, when are we going to cook? Because to me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when we come together. Like we can come together anytime. And actually, I feel like it is a good thing for all families, but especially black families, because black people argue so much. Black people, we are so disconnected with our families. So many of us, like, you can't even get along with them and stuff. Why not start coming together and have some type of celebration, dinner, anything together? Like, that is what we need as a community to help us. Like, so most other communities and people that come together and do stuff together are close. They have their culture. They have, like, they don't have all the problems and issues that we black people have. Anyway, I'm gonna cut the video off because first of all, I'm doing laundry, and I said I was gonna keep it short, and I'm expecting some company. So I just want to put that out there. That's just what I want to say because it really, if it sounds like a vent and a rant, I'm sorry, but it kind of was because hypocrites piss me off. They really do. Hypocrites really piss me off. So, you guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, all notifications, and um, thank you so much. Until the next video, we'll see you next time.